Welcome back. Well, if you live in Oklahoma, you can probably relate. Allergens are in the air right now in the state. In fact, just into the newsroom, an allergy alert has been issued for ragweed and pollen.
It's in a very high category.
Oh, so my eyes are itching this
Everybody's
morning.
feeling it. And a lot of us here at News 9, we feel that with sinus pressure, so many different symptoms. Can you relate?
That's right. Life in Oklahoma, right? This morning, Dr. Maya Garfe is a board-certified allergist with the Oklahoma Allergy and Asthma Clinic. She's going to talk to us about kind of a deeper dive into this. Thanks for joining us. First off, doctor.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
Oh, wonderful. So talk to us about what is in the air right now. What is the impact we're seeing? Why are we suffering right now?
Well, as you just got the alert, we definitely have a high ragweed alert right now. But unfortunately, everything's a little bit high at the same time. So we have some of our summer grasses are still pretty high. We have picking up on some of the fall tree pollen as well. Fall elm is picking up. And then molds, as we expect in the fall, is also high. So all of those three are in the moderate category, but ragweed for sure is very high.
Well, I tell you, it's brutal. When does this let up? I mean, I know you guys track it daily, but I think that's like the million-dollar question is,
When does it get better?
please help us.
Hopefully soon, right? I mean, most of the time we see that as the weather starts to crisp up a little bit, it will start to get better. But September and October tend to be pretty bad. November is when it starts to kind of die down a little. So we're looking at a few more weeks of this for sure.
What are some of the main symptoms that folks suffer with when it comes to ragweed? If you're like, wait a second, I didn't know I was allergic to it.
Right. Congestion, so nasal congestion, runny nose, itchy, watery eyes, itchy nose. Those are all kinds of things that you'll be looking for. Sneezing as well. So all of those things will, start to pop up. Some people may start to get some sinus pressure if they get symptoms with that, or cough as well if it's progressing.
Is there anything that we can do to help ourselves out with this, or is this just suffer through and just wait?
I mean, there's definitely the over-the-counter measures. So your antihistamine, nasal steroid spray, those are obviously very helpful. Some practical things that you can do, try to avoid the dawn and dusk hours, because that's when the pollen tends to be the highest. So if you can, shift your morning runs, to later on in the day if you can, those kinds of things. Rinse off when you come in. So definitely taking a daily bath at the end of the night just to make sure you don't have pollens resting on you. And of course, I mean, speaking from a local allergist, see your allergist, your local allergist, because there's much more that we can do to try to help from a prescription standpoint. Immunotherapy or allergy shots are great options as well.
Let me ask you, because how do you tell the difference between if you're suffering from sinus or if it could be more serious, even like COVID, because some of those symptoms mimic the same?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question this fall. So one of the biggest things that I always tell patients is a fever is pretty low likelihood to have a fever from allergy. You may, again, if you have really significant sinus disease, you might have a low-grade fever, but for the most part, a fever should really make you think this is infection, not just allergy. That's one of the biggest things. But in general, when I see a lot of itching and sneezing, that tends to be more on the lines of allergy. And then if the symptoms are progressing, really not getting better with antihistamines, not getting better with nasal steroid spray and those other measures we talked about, then certainly talk with your doctor about other things happening.
Yeah, further treatment. All right, Dr. Garfe, thanks for talking to us this morning. We appreciate it as we all sniffle and say goodbye to you. Have a good day, okay, Doc?
Thanks, bye.